Hello and welcome back to the GXD-M YouTube channel. Now, I've been gone for a while, I know, I am sorry. There's been a lot going on, and this video is currently being recorded and edited, should I say, whilst we're in the middle of packing up my house because I'm moving. So yeah, bit of a chaotic thing. So when this goes live, it'll be going live on Sunday. I've then got another video that I'm recording on Wednesday coming up. So it'll be the Wednesday after this, the Sunday that this goes live. I've got a race that day, so there'll be another video coming up on the Sunday after this one goes live. But by the time the next one goes live, I'll be in my new place. So it's only a temporary situation that I'm moving into, just whilst we get the actual house secured. But other than that, welcome back. This is the GXD channel, and we're going around Texas. This is the MRC F1 Racing League. I'm currently sitting in Tier 4. Raced Tier 3, sorry. I was in Tier 4 last season. This is Tier 3 racing. Pretty much not all the assists are allowed in Tier 3. In Tier 4, you're allowed to use whatever assists you want. Tier 3, you can't use medium traction. And I think there's a couple of other things that you can't use, but yeah. So we're going around Texas. We're going to get a push lap in next. But yeah, definitely stay tuned for this video because not all goes well. So, coming through the last few corners now, basically, after this lap, I end up pitting for some more fuel, as the fuel that the game gives you at the beginning of your session isn't enough to do 2 consistent laps. Well, I don't think it is with the amount I use. So, basically, we set our benchmark a lap here, and then we end up pitting for some more fuel. I think I put like 6 laps in, and then we go for another push lap. We end up setting a 1:34. Now, as you see, second official lap. We're currently sitting down in 9th, so we do need to focus as much as possible on this lap. Turn 1's a very tricky one. It's blind left-hander. If you don't get that right, the rest of this lap just gets ruined very quickly. The S-bends, or the snake, as people sometimes call it. Track limits are very complicated through there. If your gearing's right and you set up spot on, you'll nail it throughout that whole section. But yeah, coming around to this part, I struggled a lot in this section here. I don't know if it was the line I was taking or if it was a setup, but struggling a lot. Using a lot of the battery coming down to the turn, nailing the turn there, and as much DRS down this long straight, because obviously we're at Texas, it's that big back straight. DRS deployed, and at the moment sitting plus 3/10 up. So as you've seen there, as we come around that final corner, We lost a lot of time, and then we gained a bit back coming out of the final turn. But we're going to try again on this lap. Now, this lap, I get caught out. And my lap invalidates, and I end up going back to the pits, putting on a fresh set of softs. And by the time I had done that and got back out of the pits, I had 1 lap left to try and secure a better position. But yeah, as you can see, coming through the S-bends, just get caught out on that left-hander. So, as you see, box this lap. We're going to go in, fresh softs, and push for 1 more lap.
At the end of this lap, please.
Now, I upshifted early there, which I probably shouldn't have. I probably just should have stayed in the power, but with me racing on a wheel, I felt the rear wheels spinning, and I felt like the car was going to spin. So, one thing I've learnt when I got promoted this season to Tier 3 was just upshift. It dims the car down in power, but it allows me to not spin out. But we're pushing really, really hard on this final lap of qualifying to try and see what position we can secure. And here we go, final 2 corners, 1 corner left, and we are 3/10 up. Nice and smooth coming out of there, 3/10, still 3/10, and we stay in the position we were, but 3/10 higher. But there's going to be a lot that's about to happen in this race. Obviously, as you can tell, there's not much left in this video, and the race was over an hour long, and there's not an hour long left in this clip, in this video, should I say. So, yeah. A lot does happen, and all I can say is stay tuned, because a lot's about to happen in just a moment. But here we are, getting ready for the race start. Strategy. Now, my strategy in this race, I wanted to go hard to mediums. Now, recently as well, I've been playing about with my fuel level, because into Tier 2, you have to manage your fuel yourself. So I've been getting used to doing that in this tier. Now, originally I was going to go for about 28.5 laps of fuel, because there's only 28 laps. But then I got a bit nervous, and I ended up turning it up to, I think, about 28.7, 28.8. So, yeah. But, as you can see, getting ready for the race start. Strategy, hards to medium, and let's see what we can do. Formation laps coming up, and then it'll be 5 red lights, and away we go. Now, that practice start that I did then is not my normal practice start, but we ended up spinning a few wheels and the tyres were lit up a bit too much. But it's a formation lap, rather make the mistake then than on the race start.
No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, good parking there, mate. Now we need to make sure we get a great launch as the race starts.
Okay, so we do get quite a good start there, better than what we had in our formation. That coming into turn one, obviously you always get turn one mayhem, so I decided to back off just a little bit. Ended up clipping the Visa Cash app up ahead, but no damage was taken. Decided to take a look up the inside, couldn't do it, and end up losing a few more positions. Now, not the ideal start to a league race, but it was the safest start in that situation I could have got. Any other outcome would have been worse than that. So to take no damage going into turn one was spot on. But great start, and we move on and try and push to catch up to the cars ahead and retake back the position that I lost.
Stay focused.
Now jumping ahead to lap 2, not much happened on lap 1, obviously it was a little big catch-up game for me. Starting to catch the Kick Sauber up ahead, now known in real life as the Audi. But coming around the final corner, I've got the cars up ahead in sight now. They are in reaching distance, pushing for that DRS, because as you may know or may not know, around Texas, the DRS is what you need. If you lose that DRS train, you're going to struggle to keep up with the pack ahead. So for me to even be catching the cars ahead was amazing, especially with the start we had, and not really the best tyre strategy, but to go longer on your first stint is ideal for me. So catching straight up with the kick is what I was planning on doing, and I think we're going to get the DRS here. We are in DRS range, so now we are a part of this DRS train ahead with a good few positions to be made up over the coming laps. Now, I left that very long clip in as we go to the inside of my teammate there. Now, my teammate Avinash, he's been doing well all season. The past couple of races, though, I'm not sure what's going on. Obviously, I don't know if he's having issues with the car or what, but the past few races hasn't been the best. Obviously, the last race was the first race I qualified ahead of him. Due to penalties in the race, I finished ahead of him, but after going to the stewards after the race, they got removed. At the race before, he didn't do the best. He's been struggling recently with the car, but I left that long clip in to show you the amount of gap and the time that was closing to the cars ahead and making to the cars behind. Now, in just a moment, we're going to see at the bottom of the screen my teammate retire from the race. I'm not sure what happened to him. I'm not sure if anyone had contact with him. All I know is that just there, my teammate retires and we get a safety car. Now, the thing is with this safety car, I'm on the harder compound tyre. If I pit now, I'm going to have to do a 2-stop. My strategy was to stay out on this harder compound and pit round about lap 13, 14, maybe 15 at a push, and try and take a set of mediums right to the end. A lot of cars ahead do pit, so we carry on going ahead with the Kick Sauber in front. Obviously, Delta kind of messes us up here. Could have gained a few more positions if the Delta wasn't there, but we go with the flow. We end up sitting in quite a good position, really. Obviously, 6th isn't a bad spot to be starting from after a safety car restart. Yes, we're on older tyres, but we're still looking at that 1-stop strategy. Now, this safety car restart is where the race kind of goes from being a bit rough at the start to going good to very wrong. Now, obviously, safety car restart, nothing should really go wrong. But because of the way the final corner is, it's a very sharp 90 degree. So coming out of there, if you're not gentle on the throttle, you're going to spin. And obviously, you can see I'm heating up the tyres as much as possible. I'm on old hards, which have been cooled down, and now I'm trying to bring them back up the temperature, which never goes well. But the car up in the first has gone. We start going. As you can see, a bit slidey coming out of there, but this is where the race starts going wrong. I get on the gas just a bit too early, and then when the car does start to slide, I give it a bit more throttle to try and counter a spin. It weren't going to work out, so I had to let off the throttle, and we end up making contact with the Red Bull behind, which after the race, that Red Bull did end up getting some points on his racing licence in MRC due to a DNF for no valid reason. Yeah, I don't know why he decided he wanted to retire from the race, but he did. But not the best of starts. We've got Lillian behind us, and we've got the Kick still ahead. So let's see what we can do.
Tyre wear rates are lower than we expected. Stay out a little longer if you can. Okay, copy that. Okay, the stewards have now enabled.
Now this clip here is very important. We're going to keep an eye on the McLaren just behind us. Now, still on the old hards, like I said, we're pushing for around about 14, 15 laps on these tyres before swapping over and doing a good 10, 11 laps on the mediums. Now, the car has finally just started to get back to how it was, a bit stable but still slidey, still fun to drive though. Coming up to the first turn, now I'm giving this car everything I've got. As you can see by the battery use, I'm pushing these hards as much as possible. I'm full throttle here, and Wookie comes on the right side, taps again, and there we go. The Ferrari ends up DNFing out of the race due to contact with the McLaren. Now, afterwards, the driver of the McLaren, Wookie, shared some words with me, and long story short, says that apparently I was driving too slow. As you can see on the clip, the car was full throttle, I was giving it everything I had, but end of the day, both Ferraris ended up DNFing, and apparently I was the one at fault for that incident. But yeah, this has been GXD-M. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, and I am sorry that the first video back isn't exactly race winning clips, but this is what I've been doing this whole time since the last Armour video to now. I've joined the league, gone up one tier in a season and a half, currently racing in a higher tier with very competitive drivers, and doing really well. Like, I'm enjoying myself, and there's going to be more of this content coming to the channel. Obviously, we've had F1 in the past, and it slowly faded away, and I want to bring that back. So we are in the Ferrari this season, and I'm going to give it everything I've got. Obviously, I want to bring more content to YouTube. I've recently started doing TikTok again, but recently started with the YouTube again. So, yeah. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. Who was at fault in that incident? And tell me what you think of the race. Obviously, this clip that you're seeing now is me doing my practice laps for Wednesday's race around Austria, aka the Red Bull Ring. But yeah, comment down below. Tell me what you think about what happened in that incident. As I said, sneak peek for you of what track's next on the channel. But I've been GXD. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, ding dong that notification bell. Now, since last time I did a video, they've added a new button called the hype button. So if you can, hit that hype button, as it will mean a lot. But I've been GXD, and I'll see you next time. Peace.